The opening ceremony of the court complex that includes 7 courtrooms was attended by State Minister of Justice and Prison Affairs Anuradha Jayaratne and Chief Justice Jayanta Jayasuriya. Speaking during the event, President Ranil Wickremesinghe strongly condemned a recent incident in Sweden and urged Western nations to uphold the value system of the Global South.
Towards the end of the last month, a person called Solvan Momita asked for permission to go in front of the Turkish embassy in Sweden to burn a Quran. The police refused permission. The Supreme Administrative Court gave permission, claiming it's a right of expression. They applied, police acted on the basis, it's on the right of worship. The Supreme Administrative Court said it is the right of expression. After the burning took place, there was a big outcry. Sweden got pressure from all the countries. We all had to deploy it, we all denounced it. Even Israel came out and said, you can't do this. Sweden, of course, said the burning of a holy text is an offensive and disrespectful act and a clear provocation. But then they said constitutionally protected right of freedom and speech, assembly, expression has to be safeguarded. Some of the Western governments said this is freedom of expression. It comes under while they deplored that, they brought it under freedom of expression. So as a result, Pakistan has now gone before the Human Rights to Geneva for the Human Rights Council and moved a motion that this is a violation of the international human rights law. That is being taken up on the 13th, the Thursday, in Geneva. Now, this is the question that is rising. We all treat this as a violation of the freedom of worship. But there is an attempt to bring this under freedom of expression. You can't bring everything under the freedom of expression. There has to be a limitation. We are all for democracy. And I, for one, am not going to fight. I am only speaking on this issue. I am not speaking on another issue about Sri Lanka, because I have accepted the fact that we have not fulfilled all our obligations according to the agreement signed between former President Mahinda Rajapaksa and the former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and that we will fulfill it. So we have decided, whatever be our views, let's go ahead and fulfill our obligations. Now what we are asking the human rights in Geneva is, why are you silent? Why hasn't the Commissioner made a statement? Why are you going to wait for a vote? Now this is an important issue for all of us. What is the value system we are going to follow? Our judicial power and our sovereignty comes from the people. But as a member of the UN, we have to follow the Declaration of Human Rights. But then, what is the value system we follow? We have so far followed whatever has been said by the Human Rights Council in Geneva. But now a question comes, it all depends on what position will they take. Now what are we going to do? Well, let's look at what is going to take place on Thursday. If the Human Rights Council gives in to pressure and says this is a freedom of expression, then there will be a total break between most of us in the South and the Western value systems. On the other hand, if they say this is a violation of freedom of worship, then they must define the limits of freedom of expression. Are the Human Rights Council going to accept the freedom of worship and put limitations on the freedom of expression? Are they not going to do it? Nevertheless, this is the beginning, I think, of us trying to get our own values, the values of the Global South, into the Human Rights Council, where it has to be respected. This was a very important issue, and since I have instructed the Foreign Ministry to go ahead and first to oppose it in Geneva, any attempt by the West to change it, to support the Pakistani resolution. As a country, we all know the Buddha said, treat every religious leader with respect. And that's all that we are asking for. So let's come to the forefront on this issue within the Commonwealth.